The Galactic Council chamber was a sight to behold, a vast expanse filled with beings beyond human imagination. Delegates floated, hovered, and walked, shimmering wings, multiple eyes, some looking like living machines. And at the center, a holographic Earth rotated slowly, a lonely blue marble under the Council's lights. This was the first time humanity had ever been summoned. In a transparent dome above the floor, our diplomats and scientists watched, their hearts pounding. They expected warnings, maybe negotiations. They never expected this. The alien leader, a towering figure called Zelthar, rose. His voice, deep and metallic, echoed through the chamber. After long deliberation, he began, the Galactic Council has reached a final decision regarding Earth. The vote is unanimous. Humanity is to be exiled from this galaxy. The words struck like a physical blow. Silence, exile. Not destruction, not negotiation, but exile. A sentence that gave humanity mere hours to abandon their home forever. Ambassador Selena Voss pressed her hands against the dome's glass. "This can't be real," she whispered to Dr. Leora Kane, a brilliant young scientist beside her. Leora's jaw was tight, her eyes scanning the alien faces for any hint of mercy. There was none. Zelthar continued, his voice cold. "You have 72 Earth hours to leave. After this period, any human vessel remaining in this galaxy will be considered hostile and neutralized." The Council has spoken. On the holographic Earth, tiny lights representing cities twinkled, unaware of the doom hanging over them. Encrypted alerts shot across the planet to world leaders. Prepare immediately. Survival is in your hands. Fear and determination mingled in Selena and Leora's eyes. Humanity would not go quietly. Leora turned to her assistant, her voice steady despite the urgency in her eyes. "We don't have 72 hours, we have 24. The Council thinks they can scare us. They don't understand humans." Meanwhile, deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, something ancient stirred. An alien artifact, hidden for millennia, began to glow. Sensing the threat to its world, it pulsed once, a faint signal shooting into the stars. Dr. Kane's console lit up with the transmission. Coordinates, strange energy readings, her eyes widened. This could be it," she said. "The Council thinks we are weak." "They are wrong," Ambassador Voss took a deep breath. "If this works, we could turn the tables, but if it fails—" The Council's warning was clear. The countdown had begun. The galaxy had voted. Earth had been exiled. But for centuries, humanity had struggled, grown, and survived against all odds. Now, facing their greatest challenge, they wouldn't just leave. They would show the galaxy what humanity was truly capable of. And deep in space, a single light blinked in response to the artifact's call. The game had just changed. The clock was ticking. Earth had less than 72 hours to abandon the galaxy, but humanity wasn't running. Deep beneath the mountains and oceans, in secret labs, our best minds were focused on one thing: survival. Dr. Leora Kane raced through the Pacific Research Base, her boots echoing on the metal floors. Screens flashed with star maps, energy readings, and frantic messages from the Council. "Every second counts," she muttered, punching in coordinates. "We have to find it before they arrive." Her assistant, Jace, his hands steady despite his trembling voice, asked, "Find what?" Leora's gaze was intense. "The weapon," she said. "It's not ours. It's older than humanity itself. But if we can activate it, we can change everything." They plunged into the crushing depths of the ocean. The water around their submersible shimmered with an unnatural energy, as if the abyss itself was watching. Then, through a narrow cavern, a soft glow emerged. There it was. A massive, triangular artifact covered in alien inscriptions that pulsed with an inner light. "It's real," Leora whispered, her heart pounding. "And it's waiting for us." Jace studied the glowing symbols. "Can we control it?" "I don't know," Leora admitted. "But it's intelligent, it reacts. We just have to learn to speak its language." Meanwhile, thousands of miles above, Galactic Council leader Zelthar watched his screens. "Earth has begun something," he hissed. "They are not panicking. They are preparing. Track them. Do not underestimate them again." Back in the deep, Leora's team connected their machines to the artifact. Energy surged through the cables and holographic symbols materialized in the water. The device was alive. Suddenly, it let out a deep, resonant hum. Instruments went haywire. "It's trying to communicate," Leora shouted. The symbol shifted, forming a star map. "Coordinates," Leora breathed, "and a power source, if we can activate it." Jace was hesitant. "Do we dare? If we fail, the Council will destroy everything." Leora's eyes hardened. "If we don't, we're already dead." Just then, alarms blared. Alien scout ships were detected in orbit. The Council's fleet was coming. Leora initiated a sequence. The artifact pulsed, sending a wave of energy upwards, churning the ocean into a protective barrier. On the surface, satellites detected the energy spike. Cities experienced strange electromagnetic events. The artifact fired a beam of light into space, and a distant star blinked in reply. Something far beyond the Council's reach had noticed, but then new alarms screamed. Massive, terrifying shapes were rising from the ocean floor, ancient, mechanical guardians of the artifact, awakened after millennia. The artifact pulsed again, a shockwave pushing the creatures back. "It's defending itself," Leora yelled into the comms. "Or maybe it's testing us. Either way, we are not leaving empty-handed." On the surface, Earth's fleets mobilized in silence, ready for the fight. In the cold void of space, Zelthar whispered, "They have found the weapon. Prepare the fleets." Earth will learn what it means to defy the galaxy. But humanity was already learning a new language, the language of a power older than the stars. Down in the deep, Leora Kane knew the truth. Humanity would not be pushed aside. Not today, not ever. The countdown to war had begun, but this time, Earth was ready. The oceans of Earth had never been so alive. Deep beneath the waves, an alien artifact hummed with energy, its glow spreading like a heartbeat through the world. On the surface, human ships waited in silence, engines hidden, weapons armed. Every pilot, every sailor, every scientist knew what was at stake. Humanity's survival hung by a thread. Far above, the first wave of the Galactic Council's patrol fleet approached. Sleek, black ships glinted against the void of space, their mission simple: enforce humanity's exile and destroy anyone who resisted. "Commander Reyes, report," barked Admiral Voss from the bridge of Earth's command ship. Reyes, a veteran pilot with nerves of steel, gripped the console. "They're scanning for life signs, ma'am." "Ready for the first wave." Over the comms, Dr. Leora Kane spoke from a submarine lab near the artifact. "The weapon is responding. It's alive. I think it can defend itself, but we have to guide it. Every action counts." The Council ships descended, expecting panic and surrender. They found neither. A flash of light erupted from the depths. The artifact pulsed violently, sending a massive energy wave upward. Council scanners went haywire, and their ships shook. "All units, engage," Reyes shouted. "Take advantage of the chaos." Human ships leaped from hiding. They were outnumbered, outgunned, but they were clever. Using the ocean currents and narrow canyons, they dodged lasers and missiles with breathtaking agility. Admiral Voss watched in awe. "They think we are weak. Let's show them what humanity can do." The alien dreadnought fired relentlessly, but the artifact's energy shield absorbed the blast. Jace, piloting a small strike craft, darted around the massive ship. "Targeting the vent system," he said. "If we can overload it, we might cripple the ship." He fired a pulse guided by the artifact. It hit its mark. Sparks flew, systems overloaded, and the huge ship shuddered. Meanwhile, Council fighters attacked major cities, but humanity was prepared. Satellites projected holographic decoys, drawing fire away from real targets. Every human on Earth played a part. A Council delegate watched in disbelief. "It is not a weapon we understand," he hissed. "It is alive, intelligent. It resists us." The dreadnought attempted a final strike, focusing all its power on the artifact's location. But a pulse of energy erupted, brighter than the sun, knocking back the entire fleet. Admiral Voss exhaled. "They underestimated us. They thought Earth would surrender. They were wrong, but victory was not complete. The artifact had warned them." From deep space, signals hinted at reinforcements, something larger and far more dangerous. The first strike had been repelled, but the war was only beginning. In the ocean, the artifact pulsed again, learning, preparing. Humanity had won the day, but the battle for survival had just begun. The battle for Earth was over, but the war had just begun. Scars remained on our cities, and the skies still held the ghostly shimmer of alien energy. Humanity had survived, but in the silence of orbit, the remnants of the Galactic Council fleet were already regrouping. Their commander, Zelthar, seethed with anger. "They are clever," he growled. "Deploy the second wave, but quietly. Let them think they have allies." Down on Earth, Leora Kane was still studying the strange artifact they'd recovered. It pulsed with a steady, living energy, as if it was trying to communicate something only she could hear. "It's not just a weapon," she told her colleague. "Jace, it's a form of intelligence." Just then, a signal cut through their comms. It wasn't human, and it wasn't from the Council. It was a strange, almost musical pattern. Leora's eyes widened. "Someone is contacting us," she realized. "And I think they're on our side. Soon?" A holographic figure materialized in their laba-slender being with translucent skin and eyes like shimmering stars. "I am Aralith of the Velari," the alien spoke. "Not all in the Council wish you harm. We offer help, but we must be cautious." Leora was skeptical. "Why should we trust you?" Aralith's gaze was unwavering. "Because you now wield a power the Council fears." The Velari then gave them something incredible, a star map. It marked the location of a lost human colony ship, launched centuries ago, armed with advanced AI-driven weapons. If they could reach it, they might stand a chance. But the ship was hidden in a dangerous star system, a treacherous region of cosmic storms and unknown life. It was a long shot, but Admiral Voss knew it was their only one. "Prepare the mission team," he ordered. "We leave tonight." As Leora and Jace strapped in, a mix of fear and excitement filled the air. "We can't wait," Leora said. "The Council's reinforcements are coming." As their fleet slipped into hyperspace, Zelthar's forces detected the move. "Track them," he commanded. "Do not underestimate humanity again." The journey was tense. The crew navigated gravitational storms and dodged massive, unknown life forms circling the target coordinates. Finally, they saw it, the colony ship, a ghost in the darkness, brimming with power. But as Leora prepared to interface with its systems, an alert flashed. Council scouts had followed them. "Then we fight smart," Leora said, her voice firm. "We take what is ours, and we prove to the galaxy that humanity will not be controlled." In the void of space, the next battle was about to begin. But this time, it wouldn't just be a test of firepower. It would be a test of trust, cunning, and the unbreakable human spirit. Humanity's first true allies had appeared, and in the shadows of the galaxy, a new destiny was about to be forged. With the familiar stars of home fading behind them, the human fleet plunged into the silent depths of hyperspace. On board, every soul knew the stakes. One mistake, one miscalculation, and it would all be over. Annihilation on the bridge of the flagship. Dr. Leora Kane watched the holographic star map flicker, a gift from the enigmatic Velari. Her voice was steady, but laced with tension. "The colony ship is in a system teeming with anomalies. Gravitational storms, rogue asteroids, energy surges, and life forms we've never encountered. We'll need more than just precision. We'll need luck." In his escort craft, Jace tightened his grip on the controls. "We've gone up against Council scouts and dreadnoughts, but this is different. It feels like the universe itself is fighting us." As if on cue, they exited hyperspace into a swirling cosmic maelstrom. Light bent, sensors screamed, and visibility dropped to zero. Their only guide was the artifact, pulsing with alien energy, carving a narrow, shimmering path through the chaos. But each pulse was a beacon, drawing unwanted attention. From the deep shadows of a gravity well, colossal shapes emerged, predators of energy and metal, their forms almost impossible to comprehend. "Evasive maneuvers!" Admiral Voss's command echoed through the fleet. Ships twisted and dodged, lasers firing uselessly against the creature's strange defenses. "They're testing us," Leora realized. "Probing for weaknesses." The artifact pulsed again, a wave of energy that made the creatures recoil, giving the fleet a precious opening. Hours turned into an eternity as they navigated the treacherous system. Doubt began to fester among the crew, but Leora's voice cut through the fear. "We have no choice but to trust ourselves, our allies, and the artifact." If we falter now, humanity ends. Finally, they reached their destination. The colony ship hung in orbit around a dead star, its ancient hull scarred but unbroken. Dormant weapons lined its sides, AI nodes blinking faintly, waiting. "Prepare for boarding," Leora commanded. As teams breached the silent vessel, the fleet's long-range sensors blared a new warning. Council reinforcements. A massive fleet, larger than anticipated, was closing in. They were trapped. "Then we fight smart," Leora declared. "We use the environment, we use the artifact. Humanity survives because we adapt." Deep inside the colony ship, boarding teams moved through zero-gravity corridors, awakening its sleeping heart. Systems roared to life. Lights flickered, engines hummed, and ancient weapons began to power up, syncing with the artifact's energy. The ship was alive. Back on the bridge, they watched the Council fleet advance, oblivious to the giant they were about to awaken. The colony ship's shields flared, a brilliant declaration across the system. Earth's children were no longer defenseless. But as the Council closed in, the system's cosmic predators stirred once more. The real fight was just beginning. The ancient colony ship awoke, its hull catching the light of a distant star. Weapons aligned, shields hummed, and the artifact pulsed like a living heart, weaving its power through the vessel. Humanity had a new weapon, but to wield it, they would need courage, intelligence, and unity. On the bridge of Earth's command ship, Admiral Voss watched the Council fleet advance. Hundreds of sleek, deadly vessels moved with cold precision, but they were about to face an enemy they had severely underestimated. "Positions," she commanded. "Use the environment, the storm, the artifact. Strike smart, strike fast." Jace weaved his strike craft between asteroids, dodging enemy lasers. "They're faster, stronger, better armed," he muttered. "But we're smarter," and they were. Humans used tricks the Council never anticipated. Ships dropped false heat signatures and cloaked in asteroid shadows. Drones projected holographic cities to confuse enemy targeting. It was a battle of ingenuity against raw firepower. The Council dreadnought opened fire on the colony ship, but the artifact pulsed, creating a protective shield that deflected every shot. As energy rippled outward, the colony ship's own weapons roared to life. Leora Kane, commanding the interface, targeted their engines. The first volley struck, and Council ships spiraled into the void, disabled but not destroyed. The message was clear: Earth fought with precision. On the ground, civilians watched the sky flash with strange auroras, cheering for their heroes. But the Council was relentless. A new, larger dreadnought appeared. "Admiral, it's huge!" Jace's voice rang out. Voss nodded. "Then we make it smarter. Artifact sync. Fire sequence gamma." A disruptive energy beam shot from the colony ship, not destroying but scrambling enemy systems, sending them into chaotic spins. Human fighters swooped in for the final strike. The Council commander Zelthar watched in disbelief. "Impossible," he whispered. "They are extraordinary." Across the battlefield, ordinary people became heroes. Engineers, civilians, even children, every hand, every mind, every soul contributed. Hours passed, and the Council's fleet faltered and retreated. Admiral Voss exhaled, triumphant. "Earth stands," she said. "We've proven our worth. Not with superior numbers, but with brains, courage, and unity." Leora knew this was not the end. The Council would return? But today's victory sent a message across the galaxy. Humanity is not weak. We are not afraid, and we will fight for our place among the stars. For the first time, Earth was seen not as a minor planet, but as a world that would never be pushed aside. The war for survival was far from over. The battlefield fell silent. The smoke and energy blasts faded, revealing the wreckage of the Council's first fleet. Human ships, shields still humming, floated in the quiet void. The colony ship and the mysterious artifact were safe. Earth had shown the galaxy something it had never seen before: our strength, our courage, our sheer ingenuity. On the command deck, Admiral Voss gazed at the stars. "We've won the day," she said, her voice filled with quiet pride. But this wasn't just a battle, it was a message. Just then, a holographic signal shimmered into existence. It was Zelthar, leader of the Galactic Council. His eyes, once full of scorn, now held a glimmer of respect. You have survived where most would fail, Salthara's voice boomed. Your persistence has been remarkable. The Council recognizes your ability to defend yourselves. Earth is no longer a minor world. You have earned your place. For centuries we were isolated, underestimated. Now the galaxy was finally seeing us, but this victory came with a choice. Do we play it safe, or do we seize our own destiny? Leora Kane, standing beside the Admiral, looked at the pulsing artifact. This is just the beginning, she said. If we survive this, imagine what else is out there. Down on Earth, cities glowed under strange new auroras from the artifact's energy. Our allies, the Velari, contacted us. You have proven your worth, a Ralith voice echoed. Many will follow your example. You are not just survivors. You are innovators, fighters, leaders. Jace, one of our top pilots, grinned at the starfield. They tried to exile us. They thought we'd run. Instead, we showed them the truth. Humans do not wait to be told twice. We fight. We survive. And we win. Zalthar's final words were a warning and a promise. Earth will be watched, carefully, but with respect. Prepare yourselves. The galaxy still holds dangers you cannot imagine. As their fleet withdrew, the artifact pulsed one last time, a signal sent into the infinite dark. Admiral Voss turned to her crew. We've earned our place, she declared. Not through brute force, but through courage, ingenuity, and unity. From now on, the galaxy will see us differently. Leora nodded, her eyes on the distant stars. We've proven we are not weak, not afraid, and we will never wait to be told twice. Somewhere in the darkness, new challenges were stirring. We had won the battle, but for humanity, the adventure was just beginning. Peace had returned to Earth, or so it seemed. A fragile peace, but one that allowed cities to once again glimmer with hope. We rebuilt, we repaired, we adapted, all while keeping the artifact and our colony ship secure. Our fight had earned us respect from the Galactic Council, but we all knew the galaxy was vast, and its endless darkness held secrets we couldn't yet imagine. I remember Dr. Leora Kane walking along the shore, the waves reflecting the faint auroras caused by the artifact's strange energy. She said, "We've done something incredible. We survived, we fought, we won, but this is just the beginning." Jace stood beside her, his gaze fixed on the horizon. He was right to be cautious. The Council might respect us now, he said, but they're still wary. And whatever answered the artifact's call before, we haven't seen the last of it. He was right. Far beyond our known systems, unseen eyes were watching humanity. A mysterious vessel, enormous and silent, drifted through the void. Its technology was ancient, unlike anything the Council or humans had ever encountered. Inside, beings older than stars began to stir, sensing the pulse of our artifact and the rise of our species. Then the Velari contacted us again. Their leader, Oralith, had a warning. "Your courage has inspired many," she said. "But beware. The galaxy holds powers that even the Council fears. The artifact is a beacon. Some will come for it for knowledge, for conquest, or for destruction." Her words hit hard. Our victory wasn't a guarantee of safety. We had survived through defiance, ingenuity, and unity, but the universe was far from finished with us. On the colony ship, our AI systems hummed to life, scanning distant galaxies. Leora and Jace pored over star charts, preparing for the inevitable exploration. "We've earned our place," Leora declared. "Now it's time to see what else is out there. To protect ourselves, to learn, and to prove. We will never wait to be told twice." As if in response, a faint pulse echoed back from the darkness of space. It wasn't hostile, not friendly, just a signal, mysterious and deliberate. It felt like a challenge, an invitation, and a warning all at once, and humanity was listening. Admiral Voss, standing on Earth's observation deck, gazed at the stars. "The galaxy has finally noticed us," she said, a determined look on her face. "And we are ready. Whatever comes next, humanity will face it together, fearless and unbroken." The artifact pulsed again, brighter than ever, as if it agreed. Mysteries waited, challenges loomed, but one thing was certain: humanity would not run. Humanity would not bow. And somewhere, in the infinite dark, a new story began, one where we would shape the fate of galaxies yet unseen. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories from the edge of the universe. Until next time, stay curious.